wants their attention. Okay, so here you get the table. This is the table. I'll take the table, or I can, yeah, you can take the table. Yeah, take the table, put in your test, create before all, same like before everybody runs. Let me do some homework. I'll say jQuery dot body dot append, then what else, and then I can put this text, right, that I want to append this, and I don't want the first dummy data that I had. I can remove this. Correct, thanks. So we'll import jQuery, control home. I can go some other test, bring some of the stuff. It is publishing, no, right? It is just doing jQuery. So let's take this jQuery.
What happens if we keep extra stuff for them?
Which extra stuff?
Publish.
You don't use them. Then your webpack will do tree shaking. Tree shaking means whichever is not used, it will remove it while compiling. You don't need to do that. It's just your task. Now what you should do? It should add user on the table. This should be pretty simple, but nothing is simple, you know, right? When you write test, something breaks and you don't know what breaks. So we should publish first thing. So as that is what it is. Bus is always there. Yeah. So we'll take the bus and then we'll say bus dot
Publish.
and then again remember there is no spy. Bus dot publish synchronously. Which event? Add user success event, like this, and then you need to pass the user ID. We were passing user ID or user?
User ID.
ID, I think, right?
User dot ID.
And where is that user dot ID? So you need to get the store also, right? So get the store. Store from. Get the store, and then in the store, let's mock it, that function, right? Store dot so spy on store, sorry, spy on store, which function? Get user by ID, and we want to return our own call through is important, right? So other thing is we want to return and call fake. When you do call fake, you don't need to do call through, or you say ki return value, then you don't need that through thing. So return what? Return our user, right? Because that guy is just passing ID, so we want to fake it, right? We want to say that use this user, and what is that user? I can grab it from somewhere to save my some time. Let's take if somewhere user is there, like this one. So we'll say use this user whenever I'm asking any ID. Use this user, and yeah, so this is my user. So I'm saying store whenever somebody is asking you user, by calling this function, just return this user. And I'm publishing add user success with that ID 23. So what I'm expecting after this is that my DOM should have something, right? So I'll say jQuery, and then what was that thing? User list, right? That table name .html, and I need to expect this. Sorry, delete now, and expect this guy should have the spelling mistake, HTML. Why it is crying? Good, right? To contain the text that I want, right? Are you following me? So basically I'm saying expect that jQuery.html to contain the text that we will put here. We'll put some TRTD that it is putting, right? It will put some TRTD here. So this test will fail and we will add our component. So I'll copy this line here, and what is that component? So he is coming. Which time you said? Yeah, 10 minutes. Let's see if I can finish. So what we'll do here, we'll subscribe to add user success. Correct? Right? I'll say I'll delete the lower part. Bus.subscribe this guy and call add user in table or something like that, right? Function, make sure you export. So these are the important things that you need to export. Add user in table and function, correct. And then you say jQuery hash user list dot append, and then here you put the data, right? What you want to append. Go to the page, take some of the thing that is already there. So it is appending this tr every time, right? So we'll append this tr. You can ignore this number, you can increase it or just remove that. And here you want to put the data, right? And this will give you a message, comma, message of type string, comma, data. User ID. I think it is giving user ID, right, to you, which is string. And then you need a store. So go to the store, get the store, and you also need jQuery. You take all of this. jQuery is there, store is there, everybody's here. Okay, so since I copied from that, okay, so store dot get blah blah, get user by ID, and user ID is coming in my message. Make sure that your success is firing the user ID. So go to the add user success one and see we are giving the user ID, right? So here ID is coming, which is string. So you get the actual user, constant user from the store, and then we use user, right? So we'll use this interpolation thing, the first name, and then next last one, the user dot last name, and then make sure you put the delete time, you put data dot id is equal to, like I said, right, last time, you can just put your own data, user dot id. That way you add your custom data, right, on the HTML. That's it, I think. And then this test should pass. I wish, but it will fail, and it will fail for different reason. So I think you have to import. It is returning undefined because you didn't import it, right? So you'll import here, export the component, and the name is success UI. So it should fail for different reason because it will say, see, we are building here the entire website also slowly. Add user to UI. So this is doing correct, I think, right? We are just appending one user. I think we should be fine. No, no, we are not fine. Still undefined. What's wrong? Add user success. Did we spy something? No, right? Object is there, body. Table, body to append table. Table is coming, we saw that. And then we are firing message. Spy is there? Is it spy? Spy, but we have and return, that's fine. This we have. And then we are calling the exact function, right? This thing. We saw that this is not the issue, so we can again revert this, whatever it was. And what else? So then we are publishing add user success, and then user list spelling is correct or not correct. There is no ID at all. Wow. List. How come there is no ID at all? That was the mistake, right? Let me put that in my index. But I thought we put the ID initially, but maybe it is not there. The ID is also there. Okay. So I hope test will pass, and it will fail. Sorry, it will fail for different reasons. It will say some text and not matching because I put deliberately empty because I don't know what exactly text will come. It will be a TR basically. It is empty. So it added empty then. Let me put something, then it will fail. Oh, empty is always there, right? So that will pass, that test will pass, but this will fail now. Right? So now you can see Rupesh, and if I put here Anusha, sorry. See, if I put empty, then it is saying this is this data, but actually we wanted to use this data that we recently added, right? This TR. So we can assert that this TR is added. So here instead of this, we assert, since we added Rupesh Tiwari, right? So we will say that this data is there with the ID 23 is important. So you can change the ID to 43 to just assert correctly. And now this test should pass. So that way you know that even though there are many data, the entry that you are interested, that is coming 43. Even the names are same. So for all of your test cases, try to put some different name, because everybody is trying to append in this body. So it will append the different name. So here we can say some name and just try submitting. See, it is coming. So that's how, if you run your thing, the other thing, npm start, they will run. So without even seeing my UI at once, even once, I just build the entire project, right? So that's the thing. So that way you will be building. But don't worry, this is not you are doing entire project. When you are in the actual company, you will be taking 1-2 component. Within a 2-week time, you will take 2 component, you will take 2 and 2. And that's what my idea when I gave you the first project, that you do this, but we couldn't work it out. But that was the idea. One person will not do everything. So that way it is. So to contain this tr .html, this test should pass anyway. Let me check in so far whatever we had. By that time you leave. So we did add user to UI. Okay. So this branch is there called as add user use case TDD, and this video I'll update, give it to you, and just follow along. So you followed, right, what we did so far, and don't worry if you don't follow. So you just go ahead and do at your home.
Actually, today we are able to understand.
Little bit, right? No, more than the last class.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are more concentrating on writing the things before.
At that time, no, that was not good. I realized that when after 2 classes I realized. So this is failing. It is saying expected t head blah blah. It is putting entire thing, right? And then t head and then t body. T body is the thing, right? T body and t body is finished, and then tr. So I should append in t body in my component. So that's a small correction you can do. Basically, instead of just appending in the table, you can go to the t body, or where? Where is my before all thing? See, this table has t head is one thing that you don't want to do. So you go to t body and then push the data. So now you see here, still compiling. It is slow. You did get here? No, right? Just let me know. We'll close. So from the t body, we are saying it is there, right? So we'll again query the t or t. You remember this syntax? The immediate child, old days, joined first, you started jQuery. So it should not grab t head now. Still compiling or what? Okay, so now you see, right, tr and then Rupesh Tiwari and ID is 43, and it is exactly matching, right? Yeah. Yes. The only thing is there is a space is there, and I think it is we are doing in the component any space. Yes, you're right. This is space we want to remove. Sorry. Remove the space, and in my spec test also there is no space, right? Why should pass? There's no result to fail. This space is gone, and then rest are matching, I think, right? TR up to here, up to here. So let's see our project also, and then we are done. So this is a final project so far we did, right? TikTok, and then submit. And I have to refresh this page. See, and then when you delete, it will, you can grab the ID. I can just do coding here itself on delete. It's not that difficult. So you were saying, right, you cannot get the ID. So if you go to console on this delete, see how I do. I'll just say get me the data attribute search, right? You remember attribute search, data hyphen ID. This way we search, right? See, and I can get the value also. So maybe value, or it was something like that. Attribute, and then we'll say data hyphen ID. No, or just ID. There is something you can get it. So once you have this object, you can get the attribute. There was something, right? Attribute is attr or something else. Props. Oh, they changed to props, I think. Prop or props, I don't remember. PROP prop. Array. Why it is taking like this? No. Prop, right? Prop is there and attribute is there. Prop, and then what is that prop? Data hyphen ID. No. So I think this class is not. This is not recognizing the jQuery thing, I guess. Right? But you can do from your coding, from your programming. We can do the same thing. Once you search the button, instead of this doing like this, you will put you will take the button danger, let's say, rather than searching like this. Ideally you will search like this. I was just doing a demo, but basically you will search btn hyphen danger, and then you can take the first one, and then you can say prop or id or whatever. Prop data hyphen id. See, jQuery, it is not finding basically from here. They don't load the entire jQuery for you to do everything, but you can do at your home. Um, so you can grab the button like this. Once you have the button, whichever button is clicked, you get the event, right? In your component, you will get the click event, and from the click event, you can get everything, whatever you want. And since we already added the ID like this, you are good. You have ID, you can pull it, right? And our test is, if it is failing, just check why it is failing. Maybe this text I am not comparing properly, but I'm checking this code so far. It seems to me correct, but there is a space here. See, maybe that is why it is failing. But now you got the idea, right? Any question or any doubt? Nothing, right? Yeah. So we can do the stream or something like that, but I don't know. Basically, you can assert the actual text. That was the idea, but it is not behaving exactly. So trying to fix add user to UI test. And it will fail, I think, because of that string is not matching. Just tr scope row paste divide button put. It seems to me correct, but I don't know which text they are trying to compare. But you got that idea. You just try to find out some Google it and figure it out why it is not matching. Maybe you can use 2B or something, or some other matcher. So we are done. I could finish all of this three. This is good. So just you do by your own the other one, the delete one, and I give you that idea like how you will get your component. You